This one's kind of like it's an oldie but a goodie. It's been around for a while in one form or another. I want to show you a little bit of an offshoot on adding light to a photo. Okay, now in order for this to work, the photo has to have the hint of light to begin with. You can see some little specks of the sky up here, so it tends to work really good for that. Here's another one where you can see some sky. Here's one more, a church. Perfect example too, because you got these windows and they're already blown out, and we just kind of would want to enhance that light source, make it look like there's some rays of light coming through things. You don't have to make it look fake. It just kind of adds a little bit more of a bright, kind of a dreamy feeling to a photo. Okay, so here's how we do it. First thing, Command or Control J, duplicate the layer, and then we need to desaturate it. So image adjustments, come down here to desaturate, takes all the color away. Next thing we need to do is we need to kind of just get this down to where it's just some specks of white in here. So we're going to press Command or Control L for levels. And it's kind of impossible to give you a recipe. But what I'm going to do here is we want to bring these in close together to the point where you start to see that we've got these areas of white. It just becomes basically black and white. And we start to see these areas of white start to come through. And that's all we're going to see, because we're going to use this in a second. Okay, so you're going to bring your black and white sliders in together. Once you get something similar to that, you click OK. Then I'm going to grab my magic wand tool. Make sure contiguous is turned off. I'm just going to click on a white area, and that's going to make a selection of all that stuff for me. All right, and then I'll press Command or Control J again. And what it does is it just takes all that white stuff and it puts it up onto its own layer. Okay, so now we can start to do something with it. I don't even need this layer anymore. I'm going to drag it to the trash can. And next thing we do here is we're going to go to Filter, Blur, Radial Blur. I'm going to go to Zoom as the blur method, change my quality to best, and drag the amount up to about 90%. And then the only other thing you have to do here is just reposition this to where you think like the dominant light source is. Wherever the dominant light source, which I think is over here, just reposition the blur center to there. Okay. And when you're done, click OK. And you're going to see we get the appearance, when it's done, we get the appearance of these streaks of light that are going to start to come through our photo here. Hopefully in just a second. Maybe. Soon. There we go. All right, see what I mean? So you get these little rays that start to come and emanate from, this is the blur center, so they emanate from there. So we have a little bit of cleanup to do here. So we're going to go add a layer mask to it, and essentially you want to erase the light from places where it doesn't belong. Like here's a streak that's going upward. Light streaks wouldn't go upward if it's coming from over here. Okay, so you got to get rid of all those. Okay, get rid of all that stuff. Get rid of light streaks that are on the ground. Okay, because they really wouldn't be on the ground over here. So we get rid of all that stuff. You can leave a little bit. It's okay for them to hit the ground, but they wouldn't be running across the ground. Okay, I have a low opacity brush that I'm painting on the layer mask with in black, so I'm able to really kind of finesse how much I go through here and erase. Okay, and erase some from up there. So that's before, that's after. A couple more things we can do to enhance it. I'm going to get rid of a little back there and just paint it a little bit with it and a little over that tree. We're going to double click this layer, and we're going to add an outer glow layer style to it, and that's going to enhance it. See the difference? It's going to enhance it. What we want to do here is we want to add some color. So I'll click on the color swatch, and let's just drag this down to a yellowish color. And you'll see, take a look. This is at white. When I start to add some color to it, it starts to take on the color of the photo. So you would change this to whatever the predominant color is. It's usually going to be a golden color though. And we'll click OK here. And then you can kind of just finesse the size setting. It'll kind of blur it as you go higher. Keep it a little bit sharper as you go lower. So I keep it pretty low here. And then click preview. That's before and that's after. So now we've enhanced it a little bit. Click OK. And as I look at it now, I would probably come over here with my brush tool and just go through and just start to brush away and kind of just get rid of it from any places where it tends to just kind of become overpowering. Maybe get rid of it from right up inside of there. But now you start to see those light streaks come down. And then at this point, it kind of, it really depends on your photo. How does this impact your photo? Again, before and after. Oh, I might get rid of that one too. Sorry. Just got to get rid of one as I see them. Reduce the opacity. Kind of takes down the intensity. Okay. Change the blend mode. Maybe overlay. Maybe soft light. kind of takes down the intensity a little bit. Hard light, no, not so much. So, but you can go through there. These are things you can do. It's going to vary really depending on the photo, because every photo is going to kind of handle a technique like this a little bit different. If you want to make it more powerful, press Command or Control J, and you can see it kind of gets overpowering here. So I think that's too much, but that's the idea is once you get that layer on there, and you can start to tweak it a little bit. Again, this is before and this after. It's not supposed to be a huge change. Okay, you're not supposed to see crazy streaks of light going everywhere. It's just supposed to add a little bit more of a dreamy-like feeling, kind of enhance some light sources that are already there. And it's really just a nice way to finish off a photo. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll talk to you again soon.